Alright. Time to confront Heiwei. As it fixed to the locked door, please knock. Must be the place. How do we proceed, Lloyd? Excuse me, is anybody there? And who might you all be? From the Crossbell Police Department Special Support Section. We were hoping to ask your branch manager a few questions regarding a certain incident, if possible. Wait here for a moment. Well, here we go. And what kind of trouble are we getting ourselves into this time? Suppose we will find out very soon. I apologize for the wait. The branch manager will see you now. Please come in. Thank you. If you'll excuse us. Another safety save right there. Actually, hold on. Thank you for opening the door. I need to go home and sleep real quick. I appreciate your patience in this matter. But you never know if we'll get into a fight. You know, maybe one of those, I'll give you the information if you can beat me in a duel. And we're kind of strapped for EP ever since that one fight, or the monster extermination fight. Gotta make sure we're prepared. Right, save. Apologies for making you wait. Right this way, the manager. This is the branch manager's room. Oh, how nice of you to finally visit. I think I know who this is. Nice to meet you. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD's Special Support Section. Pleasure is all mine. I am Cao Li, or Sao Li, manager of Heiwei Trading's Crossbell branch. So you're Lloyd, and you three must be Ellie, Randy, and Tio, correct? May I ask how you know of our names already? Truth be told, I'm an avid reader of the Crossbell Times. I was mesmerized by your exploits and instantly became a fan. Though boorish of me, I decided to investigate your backgrounds through various intermediaries. Is that so? Yeesh. 5 seconds in and he's already holding all the cards. He's just as cunning and intelligent as we were told. It is an absolute honor to meet such an intriguing group as yourselves. What brings you to our office today? Was there a problem with some sort with our business operations? No, that's not it. We're actually in the middle of investigating an incident involving Ark and Seal. And Seal, you say? Ah, but of course, Crossbell's very own prided theatrical troupe. I've been meaning to see one of their shows ever since I first arrived here, but work has kept me oh so busy, you know. I seem to recall them having announced their next production, correct? Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, our investigation is related to an issue with their upcoming show. We'd actually like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Oh dear, it sounds like quite the predicament. Very well, I shall comply with your request, free of charge, of course. Yin, you say? We're aware that Heiwei's main office is located in the Republic's eastern quarter. We were thinking that, due to that, you might be familiar with Yin. Interesting. Am I to assume that you're implying I have connections to this criminal named Yin? No, of course not. To be honest, we simply don't have a lot of info, so we're following up on any and all leads we have. Ah, is that so? Well, alright then. Maybe rather basic information, but I can tell you some of the legends regarding Yin in more detail. We're listening. The name Yin holds a particularly strong influence in the Eastern Quarter. A Xiangshu, an assassin, hidden behind a mask and beneath a pitch-black cloak. No one has ever gazed upon his true face. He appears like a shadow and vanishes like a phantom. His prey has never once escaped. And though it may seem preposterous, some say Yin may be immortal. Mortal? What do you mean? Well, documents show Yin has been operating as an assassin for at least a century. His rise into legend began shortly after the democratization of the Calvard Republic. If you were to examine records from that time, Yin's name is frequently mentioned. The demon draped in black sent one prominent figure after another to their grave during this chaotic period in history. The story is getting more outlandish by the second. It's gotta just be a scary fable to keep the kiddos in line. No way he's real. No, Mr. Orlando, Yin is very real. What? Yin far surpasses a mere tall tale in the underworld of the Eastern Quarter. Though his true identity is unknown, Zemuria's greatest assassin can be employed for the right price. A master of all assassination techniques, a martial artist with incredible dexterity and agility who lurks in the shadows. He is recognized as such, and his deadly work speaks to his existence. A certain organization highly values Yin and entrusts many jobs to him, or so the rumor goes. The organization you are referring to? Ah yes, that reminds me. While we're on the topic of Yin, I've heard recent claims of Yin having vanished entirely from the Eastern Quarter. It's come to my attention that he has accepted a hefty job from the aforementioned organization. Apparently it involved traveling to a certain autonomous state we're all familiar with. I don't like what you're implying. What's the matter? I haven't given you the name of the organization, have I? Nor the name of the state. You and Ravash are one and the same. Oh please, refrain from comparing Heiyue to that measly local gang, or at least that's what I'd like to say. Quite frankly, I'm more than impressed with how well they've managed to adapt to this peculiar city. Those persistent little pests have caused quite a bit of trouble for us. You fessing up? Not even pretending anymore. I am merely referring to them as our fellow business competitors. Here in Crossbell, free trade is protected by law, after all. You take issue with that, officers. Let me ask you this one final question. Has Arkan'Ciel been caught in the crossfire between you and Ravash? Oh. We just received information about Ravash's proposal for Arkan'Ciel to perform in the Imperial capital. Were you considering a similar proposal too? I have no problem admitting that certain crowds in the Republic wish to be graced by their presence. However, our company is unconcerned with the matters relating to the entertainment industry. I certainly am perplexed, though. Why exactly was the threat letter signed with the name of an assassin? That's what I intend to find out. Thank you for your time, Sao. We appreciate your cooperation. Boyd? Sure, we're done here, man. I doubt we'd get much more out of him if we stayed any longer. Besides, Thou already seems more than busy enough, so we really should excuse ourselves. Boyd's right. Thank you for being so considerate. One more thing before you leave, Detective Bannings. What is it? Come now, don't look so displeased. Do you recall me saying that I'm a big fan of the SSS? Believe me when I say that was no lie. I must say, this current investigation of yours absolutely fascinates me. As one of your fans, I can hardly wait to see how you'll resolve this one. I am most certainly looking forward to reading about it. Well played, Sal. Well played. Or Cow, or... I'm gonna stick with Sal. Thank you for stopping by, officers. The branch manager says you may contact us again should anything happen. We appreciate the offer. So, now we have to worry about these guys on top of Ravash. I want to say they at least seem a bit friendlier. Or maybe they see us as so little of a threat, they think they can screw with us. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. Ellie, you okay? Are you feeling unwell? Oh no, I'm fine. More importantly, we found out that the legendary assassin Yin has managed to infiltrate Crossbell State. We at least managed to get that information out of Cow. Yeah, it didn't seem like he was lying. Also, I don't get the impression that, Sal. I'm gonna get this wrong. All the time. Sal's, the one threatening Arkanseel and Ilya. I was thinking the same thing. If that were the case, no way he'd have hinted at his connection to Yin. And that would mean Yin's actions are not tied to his employer, Heiwei, rather he is acting of his own accord. Yeah, he might be out of options if that's the case, or we might be. Let's assume you're right. That means Sal probably doesn't know Yin's true identity. Sounds like our only option is to catch a legendary assassin then. Unfortunately, if Yin is truly after Ilya's life, then its case may be beyond our capabilities. No guarantee that we'd be able to apprehend a professional assassin like Yin. That being the case, wouldn't it be better to leave this to headquarters? Well, that's... Would they not simply look the other way like they did the incident downtown? I doubt it. Arkanseel, and by extension Ilya, are incredibly important to the people of Crossbell. Headquarters would definitely take action if her life were in danger. They'd stake their pride on it. That's correct. You're with the 1st Investigative Division. I am Alex Dudley, or I am Alex Dudley. Come with me. Why? Only a fool would discuss information here of all places. You don't have time to waste. Follow me. Understood. What the heck's going on all of a sudden? Step into my vehicle. It is soundproof. What's the matter with all of you? I don't know what you were thinking waltzing in there like that. Furthermore, you decided to discuss your investigation within earshot of their building. Sorry, sir. You're right, we weren't being careful enough. Well, what's done is done. Well? Well, what? You're going to explain to me what you were babbling on about with Arkanseel, and how this all relates to your little visit to Heiwei. You'd better tell me everything you know. Excuse me? Where the heck is this coming from? It is brazen of you to demand that after showing up so suddenly. I wonder which one of us is truly brazen. The 1st Division has been keeping tabs on Heiwei for over a month already. You're the ones who barged into our investigation without any notice. Wait, seriously? Does that mean you're after Yin, too? So you know about Yin? Well, no matter. Start talking and don't leave anything out. If you don't comply, I won't hesitate to file a complaint to Sergei over this obstruction of our investigation. Darn it. Alright, fine. However, our investigation is a formal request submitted to the SSS, so we need it to stay confidential. I'll be the one to decide that. Out with the details already, this is an order. You should not comply with this sucker fool. Tell him to get to stepping. I understand the situation. I didn't think there was anything concrete, but it seems they finally tipped their hand. Are you referring to Yin? Yes, I am. Heiwei employed a legendary assassin as a trump card in order to threaten Ravash's influence. The 1st Division received an anonymous tip with the information regarding Heiwei. We've been surveilling them since. But who would have thought a group of amateurs would stumble onto the scene and give us the lead we needed? Wow, that almost sounded like a compliment. I would like to inquire as to why You only had Hayaway under your surveillance. I am under the impression that your team is leaving Ravash unchecked. What are you implying? The 1st Division already understands Ravash's operating procedure. We're also fully aware of both the incidents downtown and how they used warhounds. Don't think for a second that we haven't kept tabs on the cases you've been getting involved in. What? And why? If we get involved in every little thing they did, there would be no end to it. None of the incidents you took on were anything as serious as murder. They were simply petty crimes. You honestly think we'd put off more important cases to divert our limited personnel to such minor issues? I understand that, but still. Those of us in the 1st Division are leagues apart from know-nothings like yourself. We're charged with maintaining a certain degree of order in a city where justice is a constant uphill battle. We're expected to suppress major crimes and protect the public from criminal organizations and foreign intelligence agencies. Can you possibly fathom the work that goes into that? I knew it. I always had a feeling. Crossbell's peace and prosperity are hanging by a thread. Yes, and most of the citizens fail to realize it. Sure, it might be popular to read stories on Ravash's ties to Imperial faction Dyad members. Meanwhile, Hayaway is in the process of deepening their relationship with the Republican faction. If we allow it to progress any further, they'll be untouchable. Our laws against espionage are lax as well. Agents from foreign intelligence agencies are free to enter and leave however they like. Never realized. This is unbelievable. While you're talking, Crossbell's already got one foot in the grave. In a situation as desperate as this, our only option is to simply do what we're able to. We assess how dangerous each case is, and even if we can't solve the root cause of it, we can at least lessen the impact. Handling Yin is nothing more than solving one part of a larger puzzle. We haven't been able to keep a close watch on the case regarding Ark Seal. Thank you for that valuable information. The 1st Division will handle it from here. You may return to your usual duties. What? The heck is this crap? After carefully assessing the situation, I've ascertained that Yin is more than a mere legend. We'll be observing Hayaway's movements while protecting Ilya Platiri from falling victim to our mysterious assassin. Tell me, would you be able to handle all that? Darn it. Given our lack of resources, it would prove to be difficult. At the very least, I can let you handle contacting Ark Seal. Make sure you tell them that their case has been transferred to the 1st Division. See to it that they're given a proper explanation. He didn't do it, but he also did the sucker. What the heck? He just shows up, gives us crap, takes our case, then drives off. And in a personal vehicle at that, adding insult to injury. As frustrated as we all are, I understand where he's coming from. I actually agree with him. The scope of this case has gotten way beyond our level of experience. All we can do now is inform the troop and offer our sincerest apologies. Guess you're right. We have run out of options. Hold on, guys. And Lloyd, you're the last person I expected to hear that from. You told us to overcome our barriers. You said as long as we're together, that no barrier is too high, didn't you? But why? Why are you giving up so easily? Ellie. Whoa there, where's this coming from? Didn't you already tell us that it's better to leave it to headquarters? Wait, is that... I did, didn't I? Ellie. I understand. I'm frustrated too, Ellie. I want to do something about it just as much as you do. If you don't want us to give up, then we'll find another way. No, it's all right. I'm sorry, everyone. I think I've just had a rough day is all. Ellie. Well, we did spend our entire day running into one suckafu after another. Let's go report the news to Ark Seal. We can head back to base and relax for a bit after. That sounds like a reasonable plan. Sure, sounds good. Is that okay with you, Ellie? Yes, thank you, everyone. Let's be off to Ark Seal then. Okay. Okay. Button. I'm going to take a chance here. Now that the case is out of our hands. Can you give me a teensy bit more info? I'm sure you have all the Diet members' emergency contacts written down, right? I'm prohibited from disclosing any contact information with the exception of the direct line to their offices. I'll have to ask you to leave immediately. Come on, don't be like that. Can't you at least hook me up with their secretary's contact info? Sure, someone like you has their info handy, right? I'm right, aren't I? Sorry, but I really can't do that. Too bad for her. Grace can get pretty aggressive when she wants something. Yeah, let's leave before she redirects her attention towards us. Okay. Looks like that's not working. Huh. Oh. Oh, what a surprise. Good afternoon, Miss Ellie. Hello, grandfather, Ernest. Did I hear her right? Man is Ellie's grandfather? Been some time. I'm glad to see her looking well. How has work been going? Well, we're still new to this, so there's a lot left for us to learn. But I assure you, I don't intend to bring any shame on the McDowell name. Oh, Ellie, I've told you before, haven't I? You don't have to worry yourself over things like that. Are these your colleagues by chance? Yes, they are. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Lloyd Bannings, and I'm with the CPD's Special Support Section. Yo, Plato, how do you do? How's it going? Name's Randy Orlando. My name is Henry McDowell. It's a pleasure to meet the three of you. I must thank you for taking care of my granddaughter. It's quite the opposite, sir. Ellie's the one that's always looking after us. Mademoiselle Ellie's a bona fide genius when it comes to dealing with all the paperwork we gotta go through every day. It does not excuse your utter lack of assistance, Randy. That's so. Well, what is important is that you're content with your post. You know, Miss Ellie, I really think you should make some time to stop by home every once in a while. Sorry. I've been hesitant to rely too much on my family since I began living on my own. Even so, don't you... It's fine, Ernest. Ellie wishes to stand by her decision. Listen, dear, continue down the path you've chosen until you're satisfied. I cannot mix business with personal affairs, but know that I will help you out to the best of my ability. I know, thank you, grandfather. Now then, shall we go, Ernest? I have a meeting with the Business Owners Association next, correct? Yes, sir, it's scheduled for 5 p.m. Fancy. Now that's one heck of a ride. I knew your family was loaded, Mademoiselle Ellie. I wouldn't really. Wait just a second. Whoa there. Lloyd? He said Henry McDowell, right? As in the mayor of Crossbell City? That Henry McDowell? Say what? He is? Come to think of it, I do recall seeing that information in the database. Oh dear. Honestly, it's a miracle that you hadn't noticed until now. I'm surprised too. There was always something about your surname that bothered me, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it was. The mayor's name must have totally slipped my mind, I guess. And I call myself a detective. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. Besides, my grandfather's position has nothing to do with me. Oh? Anyway, we should hurry and speak with Ilya and the others. We still need to tell them about the First Division taking over the case. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, Mademoiselle Ellie. Why do you think your granddad stopped by Arc-en-Ciel? Oh, that? Arc-en-Ciel's first public performance of their new production is being held alongside this year's anniversary festival. I assume he was here for a business meeting regarding that. Oh, then just leave it at that. Okay. That sounds like music from the play. Ellie must be practicing. Gonna find her on stage then. Okay. No, not gonna let me walk around. What the heck is going on? Hey, Epic Otter. Oh, look. You're back. Just in time, too. That was amazing. You two are incredible. Indeed, I have never experienced anything quite like that. Think so. Sounds like if we iron out the kinks, this might become a crowd favorite. Oh, that gives me an idea. How about you wait another moment before the Moon Princess's spin, Trixia? That way, it'll give the Sun Princess just enough time to react in a way that will really capture the audience's hearts. That's perfect. Your dancing isn't the only thing that's amazing. You're going above and beyond to perfect every little part of the performance. Well, I figured if we can do it, we might as well strive for perfection until it's time to perform. But enough about that. Have there been any developments in the investigation? Oh, that's right. Yes, actually. Not exactly good news. What do you mean? Alright then. Let me go grab Yvonne, and then you can fill us in on everything, okay? Saw you streaming last night, Epic Otter, playing the Indiana Jones game. Looked like a pretty silly game. This Yin character sounds like he's quite dangerous. You can't be serious. He's really somewhere in the city. Wow. Well, that sure is a fun story. Shadowy immortal assassin whose legend is whispered in dark corners of the Eastern Quarter. Oh, I love it. The character practically begs to be on the stage. I'll have to add him to our next production. Heck, we can even work the general outfit into our third act right now. We just gotta get some white robes, and the costume is set. Oh, Ilya. This is an assassin we're talking about. Why can't you take this more seriously? We suspect that Yin is being employed by a group known as Heiwei. But we still don't quite understand why Yin sent Ilya the threat letter in the first place. One thing is certain, though. The chance that this is nothing more than a prank has decreased significantly. Is there any chance you could postpone? Out of the question. We wouldn't walk off stage even if a bomb was about to go off. Isn't that right, Yvonne? Well, I suppose so. Though, we aren't all quite as insane and passionate as Ilya. The truth is that all members of Arc-en-Ciel belong on the stage, heart and soul. You wouldn't find one member of the troupe who would abandon their beloved stage under any circumstances. I may be new to all this, but I feel the same way. Yeesh. I'm sure people tell you to break a leg out there, but at this rate, your legs will be the least of your worries. You intend to proceed with the show. Does that mean you are also okay with the First Division taking over security? Well, I mean, it is pretty annoying, but the show must go on no matter the cost. So what kind of people are these First Division guys? Well, they're definitely very talented and more than qualified for the job. Objectively speaking, they're excellent at what they do. Members of the First Division are an elite group that live up to their name. I should be able to protect you and your show with the utmost discretion until curtain call. I was really hoping to avoid having a bunch of police in here. And again, we will have a full house. Better safe than sorry. I agree. I think that's for the best. Anyway, we are talking about you here, Ilya. Once the show starts, you won't even notice them. How rude. I'll have you know that I always pay close attention to my audience. The show only reaches its full potential when the audience and play are completely in sync. Isn't that one of your famous sayings? For anyone else's case, yes. In yours, however, I'd say it's more along the lines of you forcibly dragging everyone into your own performance. Not mincing his words at all, is he? Indeed, she is surely the very picture of a theater geek. Excuse me, Lloyd. Does this mean you won't be part of the investigation anymore? I'm really sorry, Rixia. We don't have much wiggle room here. The First Division is going to completely take over the case. With them on it, you won't have anything to worry about it, at least. I see, that's a shame. The only reason I agreed to all of this in the first place was because you were leading the show, Lloyd. Still, I appreciate you looking into things for us. I'll send some tickets your way as thanks. So be sure to come and see the play next time you're free. Oh yes, I'm sure we can arrange something, though I'm afraid you may have to wait until after the anniversary festival. If you're okay with tickets for next month, I can have them sent to you as gifts. Seriously? Heck yeah. And here I was thinking I'd have to wait 2 months to see it. It is quite generous, thank you very much. Ellie? Good to see you streaming on a Saturday, though. You can actually watch. Yeah! Song sounds very familiar to a Cold Steel song. Caught me off guard there for a second. It's not every Saturday that I stream, but you know, I try to put in time. Usually what I want to beat a game as quickly as possible. Not in the sense that I want to, rush through the game or what have you, but I want to put more time into the game. I want to get farther into the game. I want to experience more of the story and stuff like that. And I'm having a good time with the game and whatnot. I'll put in the weekend time for it. I don't know how much weekend time I'm going to put into it, but, I'm willing to do that. I'm so sorry, everyone. I've caused you nothing but trouble. Don't worry about it, Rixia. All the running around we did today is a pretty typical work day for us. It's all simply part of the job. Yep, no worries, Rixia. Forget about us and just focus on your guys' preview performance. If you say so, then I will. Thank you, everyone. Preview performance? The heck? You don't know about it already? Arkansas puts on a sneak peek of their new show before it's available to the public. That's correct. This will be my first time performing in one. People all over the continent from both the industry and the media will be attending. I'm sure many influential people have been invited too, in order to boost awareness of our new show. Oh, that's pretty crazy. By any chance, was Mayor McDowell invited as well? Oh yes, he's our guest of honor. I'm told he plans to support the show in conjunction with the anniversary festival. He's quite kind. Despite his busy schedule, he made time to stop by and encourage us. I'll very much like him. Good luck with the preview, Rixia. It may be your first time, but I'm sure you'll perform wonderfully. Think so? Absolutely. Considering all the practice you've put in, I doubt you'll have anything to worry about. Heck yeah, this play is going to bring down the house. Quite looking forward to it. I really appreciate the kind words, everyone. I'll get back to my practice then. Thank you for all your help. I wonder how they do these sprites. There's a 3D aspect to them. And they look 3D, but they could be 2D somehow, I guess. Ready to head back, guys. Might as well. I feel exhausted, both mentally and physically. Me too. Like, I know that, like, in the game, they're 2D. You know, they're not 3D, you know. We get so many axes of movement. But I wonder if, like, the actual model is 3D, and then they just take the snapshots for the different angles. Oh, you know what? Let's talk to Imelda. You might know something. Hey. Oh. We have met before, correct? Yeah, we have, back at the doll studio. Been a while. Your name was Ren, right? Correct. I believe it's been about a month since we last saw each other. And you know, it's very impolite to have to double check what a lady's name is. I should think that any true gentleman would know how to greet a lady properly by their second encounter. You're right. Sorry, Ren. Stern little girl, ain't she? You look like you're alone. Did you take the bus to come look around the city? Yeah, something like that. You see, I enjoy visiting the antique shop by myself every so often. They occasionally put Grandpa Jorg's dolls on display. And, they have the absolute cutest stuffed animals. They do, huh? Still, I don't think it's the best idea for a girl your age to be wandering around this part of town alone. Let me assure you it's perfectly safe. After all, what's there to be afraid of? The barkers and hostesses are also very nice. And those men in the back wearing all the black glasses never fail to make me laugh. That's okay. I might be even more worried now. Oh, that reminds me. Did you have fun playing hide and seek with the wolves? It looked as though you had quite a few uninvited guests show up at the last second, too. Come again? Did you get all that from reading the Crossbell Times article about the case? Sure, let's go with that. You befriended that wolf, correct? If you could, I would love for you to introduce me to him sometime. Sure, we'd love to. Curious as always, this one. Indeed she is. You're friends with Ren, are you? I do love coincidences. They never fail to liven up my day. So then, you're saying that you know her as well. Indeed, she's staying with an acquaintance of mine, a real stubborn old kook, who runs his own workshop. I don't believe she's an actual grandchild, but she certainly loves her, or he certainly loves her as if she was. Anyway, that little girl's a pure genius. I'm lucky that she's a regular of mine. Oh, wow. This is pretty pricey. I wonder if I could afford it. Be 25,000. So let's just say we need 20,000. That would do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. Ooh. Straw hat. Let's give the straw hat to you. You're friend of that wolf, correct? If you could, okay. All right, I was not expecting Ren to be in town. That was an interesting surprise. Dang it, I wanted to save. Oh, wait, isn't that? Oh, thank goodness. I was just starting to wonder if I came to the wrong place. Ernest, did you come to see me? Yes, I did. I had business to attend to at the office, so I decided to stop by. Ellie, what's wrong? You don't look too great. Well, if I remember correctly, you guys were visiting Arkansas earlier today, right? Did you run into some sort of problem with your police work? Well, sort of. It's not anything major, but someone in the troop requested our help, and we went to report what we found, that's all. No, I wasn't sure if I could stop by here today or not, but I'm sure now that it was the right decision. What do you mean? Allow me to be honest with you. Ellie, I want you to quit the force and return to us. Quit the force? What? Whoa there, buddy. That came out of left field. Get the impression this does not stem from feelings of love, at least. I know it was your idea to join the CPD, Ellie, but seeing you now, you look so worn down, so lost. Are you sure this is really the right path for you? What are you saying, Ernest? Listen to me. I know you understand the current political climate and the despair that comes with it better than anyone. And that's likely where your initial urge to join the police originated from. But just try to think about the torment and pain the mayor is going through, how he feels in the current situation. The anniversary festival coming up next month, Mayor McDowell is up to his neck in work. And after that, it's right back to arguing with the Imperial and Republican factions over the budget. And in 6 months, he'll be up for re-election. As I'm sure you know, Mayor McDowell has planned to retire, but without someone to carry on his policies, he feels like he can't. I'm sure that if you were by his side, he'd feel much more confident about being able to keep going with his work. I'm sorry, perhaps I'm overstepping. However, I can't ignore the issue any longer. As someone who respects Mayor McDowell and has been with your family for years, I cannot stand idle any longer. Ernest. Of course, the path you ultimately choose to follow is entirely up to you. I just want you to stop and think hard about whether this path you're on now is the right one. I'm gonna need some time. Excuse me, everyone. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go rest in my room for now. Sure. My apologies for suddenly showing up out of the blue like this. It's okay. It seems to be a pretty complicated family matter. Try not to bother Mademoiselle Ellie for a while, you got it? Seconded. Personally, it feels like you are attempting to take Ellie away from us. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. However, you are aware she originally wanted to become a politician before joining the police, aren't you? Really? You're pulling my leg. That would explain her seemingly boundless knowledge of politics and economics. As the granddaughter of the current mayor, she grew up surrounded by politics. It was only natural for her to want to pursue a career in it. To that end, she studied abroad in a number of different nations to hone her skills for international relations and learn foreign policies. However, when she returned home last year, she was dead set on joining the CPD. So that's what happened. Unaware. I did always wonder why a fancy lady like herself was working for the CPD. Would you keep an eye on her until she makes her decision? Can't bear to see her flounder about like this, unsure of the path life she should take. Goodness, it's already gotten so late. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll get out of your hair now. Okay then. Yeah, get the steppin', sucker. Don't want to see your face again. There certainly has been a great deal of to sigh about today. Sure has. We got put through so much crap. Definitely one of those days that just kicks you in the nuts over and over. Know what you mean. Anyway, let's report back to the chief and call it a day. Well, that's where things stand. Well, you gonna tuck your tail between your legs and give up here? You're saying we have a choice? First Division took over the case. There's no way we can oppose them given our team's position on the force. Yeah, I guess not. The Fox would track you down and give you his longest complaining session yet. Probably. Could we not simply offer our assistance to the First Division? I don't know how well that'd play out, considering the stuff we got from that glasses-wearing dick. Yep, that's also a long shot. The CPD's real fussy when it comes to jurisdiction. Makes cooperation between departments a real pain in the butt. That goes double for the First Division. No way a group of elites like them would accept help from a group of rookies like the SSS. But if you're talking about working incognito, that's another topic altogether. Sir? This is the Special Support Section, the most unconventional department on the force. Sure, HQ tends to ignore us, but that gives you guys a certain level of discretion you can use to your advantage. Basically, as long as you stay quiet about it, you can poke your noses into other departments' jurisdictions without sending them into a tizzy. You do realize you just said we can ignore our superiors' orders, right? What a bad influence. It's like I told you before, I might not be able to help you in the field, but I'll cover your butts when I can. In the end, you guys will need to be the ones who take action, though. That being said, your current situation might make this plan impossible to pull off. One of you is struggling to figure out what to do, and this is something you can only overcome by operating as a team. You're right, but yeah, it's hard to get fired up without Mademoiselle Ellie with us. She's gonna walk in and be like, "Suckers, let's do this." Way she was acting, it was like her head was somewhere else entirely. She has been like that all day, from what I could tell. Is Ellie gonna be all right? All right, she's not gonna walk in. Ellie, over these past 2 months, I thought we'd become pretty close, but it seems like I never really understood the important things she was dealing with. I had no idea she was Mayor McDowell's granddaughter, and an aspiring politician on top of that. If I recall correctly, you didn't attend the police academy, right, Ellie? How did you end up with the CPD? Well, to put it simply, this is my way of getting some real-world experience. While I didn't attend the academy, I did take a written exam and marksmanship test when I applied. They couldn't really reject me, since I received perfect marks on both tests. You know, the more I learn, the more I feel like we're worlds apart. You think so? It's pretty rare for rookies to have already earned their detective license, though. You must have your own reasons for joining the CPD, right, Lloyd? Well, perhaps it's best to continue this talk after we've officially become co-workers. All right. I'll go see if Ellie's up for a chat. She's worried about something, maybe I can help somehow. And maybe we can continue that conversation we started. Maybe I can save. What's up, Randy? What you up to, Lloyd? Going out to the town? Well, not exactly. It's about Mademoiselle Ellie then, huh? Well, I can't blame you for being worried. Seems like she's got a lot on her mind right now. Not sure if it's the kind of stuff we should really be butting into, though. Yeah, that might be true. But still, if something's on her mind, I want her to know she can rely on us. What's you? Why the long face? How about you toss that scowl away before you come in here? Sorry about that. Still working, Chief. The SSS, unconventional as it may be, is still part of the CPD, so that means paperwork. If you don't have any pressing issues, kid, could you leave me to this? I'd like to get all this finished before daybreak, you know. Right, sorry for the interruption. Alright, I'm guessing this is supposed to be the men's floor. Supposed to be the ladies' floor. Here goes nothing. Ellie, do you have a minute? No reply. Is she asleep? No, I don't sense anyone inside. Ellie, sorry, I'm coming in. Wow. Just as I thought. She's not here. Where could she have gone? Try looking around the building. Oh, you were busy reading something, Tio. Yes, I was halfway through the science journal, actually. Lloyd. I know, you're worried about Ellie too, aren't you? I was just thinking about going to talk to her. That's so. If that's the case, I will let you handle it, Lloyd. After all, dealing with these kinds of issues does not fall into my area of expertise. Saw a mod for Half-Life 2 recently, where they replaced Alex with Crystal from Star Fox. Pretty cool, especially since the original voice actress lends her voice to the mod. That is crazy. Also saw a fan game of Star Fox with Crystal as the main character. Star Fox Event Horizon is in the works. Sounds like that's gonna get shut down by Nintendo. I might actually go back. I've played the game before, but playing that Star Fox game that had Crystal in it, I don't remember that game being a poor game. So I might get around to playing that someday. Okay, let's just press all the buttons. Oh, Lloydo. Hey, Ellie. How'd you know it was me? Just a hunch. I don't know why, but I had a feeling you'd come here. Guess you were right. Breathtaking as always. Isn't that the IBC in the distance? Yes, it is. I doubt you would find a cityscape as beautiful as Crossbells, even if you scoured the entire continent. Heimdallar is probably better. Yet, the more lights of the city shine, the more the stars seem to dim. The purity of starlight, the symbol of Adios' love. Ellie. Was thinking over everything that happened today, with Ravash, Hayway, and Dudley. No matter what you do, you can't change Crossbell's true nature. Ravash's iron grip is here to stay. I'm merely referring to them as our fellow business competitors. Here in Crossbell, free trade is protected by law, after all. You take offense with that, officers. We're in charge with maintaining a certain degree of order in a city where justice is a constant uphill battle. We're expected to suppress major crimes and protect the public from criminal organizations and foreign intelligence agencies. Can you possibly fathom the work that goes into that? That was the darkness of the city, the tragic truth of the state called Crossbell. We're kept alive only by the will of the Empire and the Republic, stripped of all pride and fed constant lies and deception. We're drowning in false prosperity and novelties only because our captors allow it. Everyone just surrenders to these circumstances and accepts the status quo without realizing its true cost. That's the city we live in. Maybe you're right. But you don't want to surrender just yet, do you, Ellie? I once had a mother and father. Oh, I suppose putting it like that makes it sound as if they passed away. They're still very much alive. What I mean to say is, they divorced when I was little. My mother lives in the Empire now, and my father in the Republic. I had no idea. My father was born and raised in the Republic. He moved to Crossbell and met my mother. And after marrying into the McDowell family, he strove to become a politician. Immediately after he joined the Diet, he recognized Crossbell's ugly, distorted reality. As someone with a strong sense of justice, he made it his duty to mend this broken city. Year after year, he drafted reform bills, all in the hopes of bringing change to the state. That's amazing. No, in the end, none of his bills were ever passed. The Imperial and Republican factions both shunned him, ridiculed him. One by one, his allies betrayed him, friends left him, and he became the laughingstock of the political world. Not even my grandfather, as well respected as he is for being neutral, was able to mend his career. Crossbell brought my father to utter despair. And then one day he quit as a Diet member, as a husband, and as my father. He decided to leave everything behind for Calvard. Mother couldn't stop him. And at that same time, she couldn't uproot me, still a small child, to follow him all the way there. Eventually, they settled on a divorce, and my father was gone for good. It always seemed like Mother hated him for what he did, but I got the impression that underneath it all, she still loved him. It soon became apparent that living in Crossbell, the state that robbed her of her love, would be too much to bear. Mother left to go live with relatives in Erebonia. It was then that I was taken in by grandfather, who raised me to the person I am today. That was the reason I was drawn to following him down the path of politics. It wasn't due to any desire to avenge my father or anything like that. I just couldn't understand it. How could a family so happy and loving end up falling apart so completely? These sucklefu birds. After I made my decision, grandfather began to help me. I studied abroad, all over the continent, focusing on politics and economics. However, the more I studied, the more I realized how complicated of a quagmire Crossbell's situation truly was. Caught between the Empire and the Republic, our justice, our interests are pulled apart by the gravity of their immense power, tangled with their own, and distorted beyond all recognition. It was there I hit a wall, an insurmountable barrier in my way. A barrier. Same one my father faced, and one I'm sure my grandfather faces as well. You know who represents the government of Crossbell State, Lloyd? Isn't it Mayor McDowell? Well, yes, but he's not the only one. It's actually both the Crossbell's city mayor and the speaker of the Diet. Grandfather and the Imperial faction's speaker, Hartman, jointly represent our government. That's how we operate, according to state law. Sounds like I should have studied a bit more. But wait, why did Crossbell adopt such a divided system in the first place? It's obvious, isn't it? If two representatives from opposite factions have equal authority, they can hinder things for each other, making political reform nearly impossible. No way. But now that you mention it, it does make sense. With two people on top, one side can easily sabotage the other if they try to push some sort of reform through. The fact that this happens is a tragic inevitability given Crossbell's founding. 70 years ago, Crossbell State was born from a mutual agreement between Erebonia and Calvard. In fact, the state's founders were themselves Imperial and Republican lawyers. Seeing the current state of Crossbell, I can't help but think of it as a curse. I was at a loss. If I were to continue into the world of politics, that same curse would grab me by the neck and drag me under, just like my father. That's why I decided on a new approach, one my family hadn't tried yet, and that was the CPD. Yes, from there I told myself I could see Crossbell's twisted reality firsthand, without looking through the muddied lens of politics. I convinced myself that the experiences I gained here would one day be my secret weapon when I finally joined Crossbell's political world. The reform that my father failed to achieve and grandfather is unable to pursue. I thought this new perspective would be the key to finally making it a reality. Maybe. But perhaps I was just lying to myself. Perhaps I was just running away. Everything that happened today, I knew it was likely I'd encounter those issues. But still, the reality of things was even colder and crueler than I had imagined. When confronted with it, I was at a loss. Maybe I'm incapable of doing anything on my own after all. Maybe I'm just a broken little girl, abandoned by her mother and father. So what? Huh? You try way too hard to be perfect, Ellie. Can't afford to fail. I need to take care of everything myself, shoulder every responsibility. That's the way you've been thinking, isn't it? That's not. Today was probably our roughest day yet, being ridiculed, having to hear all of that all of our efforts are in vain. But think about it. Aren't those the things we signed up for when we joined the SSS? Remember, Ellie, there may be barriers we can't get over today. That doesn't mean we won't be able to get over them tomorrow. Tomorrow? Right now, the barrier that stands before us is the threat letter case. And even though the 1st Division has taken it over, I'd say we continue investigating independently from them. What? But is there even anything else we can do at this point? Sure, the 1st Division may be great at what they do, but even so, it's obvious that they're stuck in a cop's mindset, only adhering to traditional logic. Maybe a new perspective is exactly what's needed to crack this case. At least that's how I feel about things. Lloyd. Just like how you joined the CPD to gain a new perspective in Crossbell, right? If we're somehow able to solve this case, then I'm sure that means your goal isn't out of reach either. Of course, I shouldn't really compare our investigation to Crossbell's underlying issues. But what we need right now is the experience of overcoming these kinds of obstacles. If we keep clearing the small barriers one by one, someday we'll have the power to get over the big ones too. These 2 months we've been together, I've come to realize something. You have your own troubles you're working to overcome, don't you? So how are you able to stay so optimistic? Well, let's see. Maybe it's because I have someone I'm trying to catch up to. Though that in itself may be a problem. I think I understand. I'm not as strong as you are. I'm just so tired of it all. I didn't come up here with the intention of talking so much about my past, but I just couldn't keep it bottled up anymore. At this rate, I'm only going to drag the team down. And if that's the case, I should probably... Ellie. We need you, Ellie. Your profound knowledge, your negotiation skills, your sharpshooting, your sense of justice. If we're going to stand up to this city, we're going to need you. That's not it, though. While all of that's true, my point is this. I'd be happy if you decided to stay by my side, Ellie. What? We were a bit of a mess at the start, but I feel like we've really started to become a team over these past 2 months. Even when we're bombarded with the stress of daily life, we make time for the small things, like deciding whose turn it is to cook. We've all come to trust in everyone's individual strengths. It's not every day you find teammates like that. Well, we may still be rookies, sure. It's too early for us to be able to tackle every problem by ourselves, but it's also too early for us to give in and despair and... But it's also too early for us to give in and despair and give up trying to fix things. We're gonna chalk that one up to a typo, because, you know, me reading wrong? Never. We'll tackle each day head on, do whatever we can, and keep relentlessly confronting the status quo. And if that somehow fails, we'll just come up with a new plan, together. You, me, Randy, and Tio. And despite the way he acts, the Chief is always doing everything he can to support us from the side. Heck, even Zeet has our backs now. Don't forget, Ellie, you're not alone. You're absolutely right. I'm not alone. How could I have forgotten something so important? Thank you, Lloyd. Even though it won't be easy to solve all my problems, I do feel a little better now. Glad to hear it. Still, apart from the lines that sounded like they came straight out of a teen drama, I was a bit surprised. I'm painfully aware how cheesy they were, okay? But what do you mean by surprised, Ellie? Because, well, talking about how I'm needed and telling me that you want me by your side, I thought you were confessing your love to me. Confessing? Wait, that's not what I meant at all. Oh? So are you saying I'm not good enough then? You know that's not it. Oh, come on, you're just teasing me now, aren't you? Just a little payback. But you really should be more careful, Lloyd. You might not realize you're doing it, but you really have the potential to be a serious womanizer. Hey, hold on a second. I'd understand if you were talking about Randy, but why me? The fact that you don't even know you're doing it makes it all the worse. Good grief, Lloyd. Can't believe just hearing those words made my heart start being so fast. Yes, beating. What was that? Nothing. But anyway, I'm sorry I wasn't there when you reported to the chief. Did you guys come up with a plan for how to continue our investigation? No, not yet. Right now, the case hinges on figuring out what Yin hopes to accomplish. Tomorrow, we can ask and see if we can find some sort of lead. Sounds good. Thanks to you, I have a feeling that I'll be sleeping soundly tonight. How about we hold a meeting tomorrow morning after we get some much-needed rest? Sounds like a plan. Oh my goodness. Star Blast 2. By spending 100 CP each, a powerful combination attack can be unleashed.